this is P.Y. Lalita Chaitanya, lecturer in Commerce, Garment City College. Today's topic is modes of discharge of contract. Here, what do you mean by mode and what do you mean by a discharge of contract? We will see now. Discharge of contract is nothing but ending up of a contractual relationship is known as discharge of contract. Here, discharge of contract refers to the ending up of a contractual relationship that exists between two parties. So, as we all of them will know that contracts means two parties relationship. Here, existing of two parties relationship is known as a contract. Whereas here, the ending up of a contractual relationship is known as discharge of contract, where the contract is not existing. Where the contract is not existing, then it will be called as a discharge of contract. When the rights and obligations of a contract is terminated, then contract is to be discharged and its operations also will discontinue. Then we will be saying that discharge of contract. Whenever we are unable to do our operations in the contract, whenever the operations are discontinued, then that type of contract is called as a discharge of contract. Sometimes discharge of contract results in some other rights and obligations, but they are completely independent and of the original contract. Now let us see what are the different modes of discharge of contract. In what situations the contract will be discharged? We will see now. The first one is by performance. The first one is performance. Here, when we are unable to perform our duties and our obligations, then also the contract will be discharged. So here we'll be discussing about the performance. Discharge by performance occurs when both the parties to the contract accomplishes their obligations that are developed under the contract in the specific time and manner prescribed. At this point, the contract is terminated and the parties are discharged. So here both the parties are doing the contract. If any one of the party is not performing their duty in a proper way, then the performance will become a discharged. So performance of contract is one of the common way of its discharge. It can be actual performance, and second one is attempted performance. So here we'll see now that what do you mean by actual performance and what do you mean by attempted performance. So these are the two different types of performances will be there in the performance. Let us move on. What do you mean by actual performance? If an promisor has made an offer to the promisee, once again I am telling, if an promisor has made an offer to the promisee and if the accepts the offer, then it is referred to as actual performance. Let us move on to the example for the actual performance. If a textile manufacturer promises to a retail textile seller that he would provide 10 varieties of qualitative garments by the end of the month, and if he delivers the promised varieties and the retailer accepts it, then it is an actual performance. So both the parties are performing their duties, performing both the here promisor and promisee, both are accepting the offer and both are performing their, both would be providing, both will be doing their performance, both the parties are doing the performance, then that's why we'll be calling as a actual performance. Now let us see what do you mean by attempted performance. Attempted performance under section 38, if an offerer makes an offer of performance to the offeree, if offer, once again I am repeating, if an offerer makes an offer of performance to the offeree, or promisor is making an offer to the promisee, but if the promisee does not accept the promise of offerer, here does not accepts, I am saying here, does not accepts the promise, then it is called as an attempted performance. Now move on to the next point, agreement or consent. Agreement or consent is nothing but the rule of law states that procedure of destroying a thing is same as the procedure of creating it. Since a contract is formed by an agreement, it can be discharged also by an agreement. At the time of forming, agreement is required. At the time of discharging or not continuing, then also procedure of forming, same procedure will be there for discharging by the agreement. Discharge by agreement can be either expressed or implied in nature. These are the different cases, various cases of discharge of contract by an agreement or as follows. Why the agreement will be discharged? What are the various reasons for discharging of a contract? Let us see what are the different various reasons are there, at what situations the contract will be discharged. We will see now. The first point is novation. Novation occurs when a new contract is being substituted for an already present contract among the same parties. Novation occurs when a new contract is being substituted for an already present contract among the same parties. Here the new contract is existing in place of old contract. The new contract can be either between the same old parties or between different parties also we can make a contract. The consideration for a new contract is same as that of old contract. Novation occurs before the time of performing the original contract gets expired. When the original contract is getting expired, on that place substitution another contract is coming into the existence. In such case, in that time we will be calling as a novation, and then in this situation also we can see the contract is discharged when the old contract is expired. Let us move on to the one more case of discharge of contract by agreement or as follows. Second one is rescission as per section 62. Usually rescission of contract occurs when a few or all conditions of a contract are terminated. Once again I am repeating. Rescission of a contract occurs when a few or all conditions of a contract are terminated. It may take place either by mutual consent or if any one party failed to perform his obligation. Rescission can be total or partial. In such case also the contract will be discharged. First case is novation and second case is a rescission. And the third one is alteration. As per section 62, when one or more of the conditions of a contract are modified, by mutual consent of the parties is known as alteration. Mutual consent I am saying here. Mutual means both the parties having a willingly, they will be discharging the contract and they are making alterations in the contract. In such case also the old contract is discharging here. So that is called as a alteration. In this case old contract is discharged. When we are making any alterations for the contract, then also the contract will be discharged. And let us move on to the next case is remission. As per section 63, remission means when fulfillment of the promise is accepted even though if the object of the contract is less, it is known as remission. For example, if amount less than what was contracted is accepted to discharge whole of the debt, then in that situation also the contract will be discharged. Next case is waiver. Waiver means when the parties to the contract decide to no longer maintain a contractual relationship and bound by the contract, then it is known as a waiver. It is a mutual abandonment of rights by parties to the contract. Waiver does not require any consideration. Now move on to the one more case where the contract will be discharged is merger. Merger is nothing but when a party accruing inferior right merges into the same party accruing superior right under the same or same other contracts leads to the occurrence of a merger. In such case also the contract will be discharged. And next mode of discharge of contract is impossibility of performance. Impossibility of performance is nothing but if the agreement involves terms which are impossible to perform, then agreement is void ab initio. This is based on the two rules. Law does not consider what is impossible. Impossible things do not create any legal obligation. According to section 56, impossibility of performance is of two types. The first type, so many types are there, but mainly we will be discussing three types here. Impossibility existing at the time of agreement, as per section 56, states that an agreement to do an act impossible in itself is void. Once again I am repeating, an agreement to do an act impossible in itself is a void. It is referred as pre-contractual or initial impossibility. In this circumstances also the contract will be discharged because it is impossible to make an agreement. Second point is impossibility arising subsequent to the formation of a contract. The impossibility which develops after the formation of a contract is termed as post-contractual or supervening impossibility. The impossibility which is develops after the formation of contract is termed as post-contractual or supervening impossibility. And one more type for impossibility of performance is destruction of subject matter of contract. Destruction of subject matter of contract means the contract is destroyed after creating the contract without any mistake of parties. And second, I am telling to you, if the subject matter of a contract is destroyed after creating the contract without any mistake of parties, then that contract will be discharged. Here, the subject matter of a contract is destroying. Due to that, also the contract will be discharged. The meaning of that. And one more type where the contract will be discharged is non-existence of a specific state of thing. Non-existence of specific state of things is nothing but when a contract is made depending on a continued existence or occurrence of a specific state of things. If any change occur in this state of thing, then the contract is discharged. When a contract is made depending on a continued existence or occurrence of a specific state of thing, if any change occurs in this state of things, then the contract will be discharged, is known as non-existence of a specific state of thing. Let us move on to the next type is death or incapacity of personal service. Death or incapacity of personal service is nothing but the contract which is performed on the basis of personal skill or qualification of a party, then the contract is discharged due to illness or incapability or death of that party. Also the contract will be discharged. Means here the contract which is performed on the basis of personal skill or a qualification of a party, then the contract is discharged due to the illness of the person or death of a person. In such circumstances also the contract will be discharged. Let us move on to the next point, change of law. If the law changes after the formation of a contract, which makes the performance of a contract is impossible, then the contract will be discharged. If law is changing some modifications in the rules and regulations after forming the contract, then it is impossible to follow the old rules of law. Then in such a situation also the contract will be discharged due to changes in the law, change of law. And one more situation where the contract will be discharged is outbreak of war. Outbreak of war is nothing but if a contract is made during the war with an enemy, it becomes unlawful and hence becomes impossible to perform. If your contract is made during a war with the enemy, it becomes unlawful and hence becomes impossible to perform your duty. If a contract is made before the outbreak of war, then those contracts can be suspended during war and can be revived after the war. Now we have discussed about the impossibility of performance. So, in what are the different in different situations the impossibility of performance are what are the different types we have discussed? That is impossibility existing at the time of agreement, impossibility arising subsequent to the formation of a contract, and also impossibility arriving destruction of subject matter of a contract, and also non-existence of specific state of things, death or incapacity for personal service, and change of law, outbreak of war, outbreak of war. These are the different types are there for impossibility of performance is one of the mode in which the contract is discharged. Now let us move on to the fourth point in the discharge of contract. Fourth mode is lapse of time. What do you mean by a lapse of time? Always a contractor should perform the duty, whatever the obligation is there, within a specific time period. They have to complete that particular task or complete that particular agreement or contract. If that is not doing in a proper time, in such situation, the contract will be discharged. So here the lapse of time means nothing but a contract must be performed within a specific time period. Within a specific time period, the contract should complete. But it is not performing within a time, then it will be known as lapse of time. If the contract is not performed and no action is taken by a promisee during this limitation period, he is denied for his remedy as it becomes time barred and hence irrecoverable. This is also one of the mode of discharge of contract. Lapse of time is one of the mode of discharge of contract. The contract will be discharged when the existence of lapse of time. Let us move on to the fifth mode of discharge of contract is operation of law. Operation of a law is one of the mode of discharge of contract. A contract can also be discharged by the will of the parties, that is, by operation of law. Discharge by operation of law involves the following. So here, by death, the law involves the following. Operation of law involves the following: by death, by merger, by insolvency, by unauthorized alteration of the terms of a written agreement, and by the rights and liabilities vested in the same person. So these are the death of a person, merging, insolvency, unauthorized alternation of the terms of a written agreement. These are the operations of law is involved by discharge of the contract will be discharged in this particular following ways: by death, by merger, by insolvency, by rights and liabilities vested in the same person. So in this case also the law will be discharged. This is also operation of law is also one of the mode for discharging of contract. Is nothing but continuation of the contract will not be existing over here. And the next point is breach of contract. Another mode of discharge of contract is breach of contract. What do you mean by a breach of contract? Here means that when an obligation involved in a contract is broken, when a contract is broken, then it is termed as a breach of contract. When a contract is broken, then it is termed as a breach of contract. If a party to a contract does not fulfill his contractual obligation, when both the parties are not fulfilling his contractual obligation and make the performance of a contract is impossible, then he is liable for the damages incurred by injured party. Once again I am telling you, when an obligation involved in a contract is broken, then it is termed as a breach of contract. If a party to a contract does not fulfill his contractual obligation and make the performance of a contract is impossible, then he is liable for damage incurred by injured party. Breach of contract can be actual breach of contract or anticipatory or constructive breach of contract. Let us move on to some case studies related to the discharge of contract. Case laws related to the discharge of contract. An artist undertook to paint a picture for certain price. An artist undertook to paint a picture for certain price. Before he could do so, he met with an accident and lost his eyesight. Here, is the artist discharged from the performing the contract? We have to give the reasons. Here the question is the artist discharged from performing the contract? Give the reasons. The answer for this case is yes. The artist is discharged from performing the contract as the contract becomes void. The contract comes to an end due to the disablement of artist, that is loss of eyesight. The contract is discharged. So here the party is not performing the contractual obligation, so the contract is becoming a discharge. So here the artist is discharged from the performing the contract. The reason is yes. Let us move on to one more case law related to the discharge of contract is to make you clear, to make you to understand clearly about the discharge of contract. I am telling some cases. A and B agree to marry each other. Here A and B agree to marry each other. Before the time fixed for marriage, A goes mad. Goes mad. Is the contract valid? Here the question is the contract valid? Before marriage, the person become a mad. So here the question is the contract will be valid. A agrees to marry each other before the time fixed for marriage. The person becomes a mad. Is the contract is valid? Is the question. The answer for this case is no. No, the contract is not valid contract because A goes mad before the time fixed for the marriage, which makes the performance of a contract impossible and thereby the contract becomes void. Once again I am repeating. A goes mad before the time fixed for the marriage, which makes the performance of the contract is impossible and thereby the contract becomes a void. According to the supervening impossibility section 56, a contract becomes void by the impossibility of performance after the formation of a contract. I hope you understood this case law related to the discharge of contract. And one more case law related to the discharge of contract I am explaining to you. There was an agreement between D and P. there was an agreement between D and P to repair certain machinery. Here D failed to repair the machinery. D and P are both in a contract. So here the D and P to repair certain machinery, D failed to repair the machinery of P. Due to strike of the war, D failed to repair the machinery due to strike of the workmen. Is D discharged from his obligation? Here the question is D discharged from his obligation? No. The answer for this case is no. In this case, D is not discharged from his obligation to repair the said machinery for P. The Indian Contract Act clearly states that as a strike or lockouts and civil disturbances will not discharge the party from his or her obligation. However, if it is mentioned in the contract that such instances of a strike, lockouts or civil disturbances would terminate the contractual relationship, only in that case Mr. D would be discharged from his obligation. Thank you.
కంటిన్యూ చేసి అది